Hey, what's going on, everyone? Astrologer Eric Rosen, Viking Rising Astrology. This is your weekend horoscope for September 14th, Saturday through September 15th, Sunday. If you want to get that copy of that ebook that I did to teach you how to dissect your natal chart, that's $33. You can get it in that link down below. And also, if you want to find out what Pluto in Capricorn means, that's going to be in Capricorn until the 19th of November, what that means for your zodiac sign, your sun sign, your rising sign, if you know it. I did it for all 12 signs. That's $8 for that webinar recording that I did. You can click on that down below. So I'm digging this weekend, depending on how we use that floaty energy of the moon in Aquarius building up to this lunar eclipse in Pisces that's going to come on the 17th and kick off eclipse season. You know, it's crazy. It's like I look at the collective human design body graph, and there's nothing defined in it, which I know is not astrology, but it's a sister modality. And it's just like, you look at that, the solar flares, you look at the astrology, it's like, what's going on, right? Like, we're headed into eclipse season, we're headed into election season in North America. But I think the best way to use this is looking at that moon in Aquarius is, how do we want to connect, disconnect from things, have fun, be sociable, right? Like, use this time wisely still, because, we still got to do our healing. We still got to make sure we're reaping good karma. We're doing our work. We're staying committed to our path, especially our responsibilities, our healing, the domestic energies of life, and not just like chasing peaceful sunsets and disconnecting and like hanging out with friends and just like furloughing the momentum of the work that we're doing, but it is nice to not have Pluto here for a little bit in Aquarius, where it can actually just be a more clean emotional energy of things, of, connecting with the fun, more innovative energies in life. So, not here to judge anyone, but it's like, have fun, but it's more so like have fun, like finding solutions to the complexities of things when it feels like maybe things aren't like working out to your benefits, or there's this just insatiable desire to like want to expand, like on a mental level, and looking around and like wanting more abundance, but then things like feel like, we're just getting a little bit here and there with Jupiter and Gemini. So it's definitely a day for practicing gratitude, satisfaction, receptivity, which I'd mentioned previously, where it's like, hey, maybe we don't need to take so much action. Maybe we're learning that the way that we define ourselves and our egos, and that we always need to be the doer, and that you're only, as good as the results that you produce, that we need to reframe it a little bit to be like, no, like I'm a pure vessel, even though I'm going on this human journey and I've got wounds and it's not perfect and not everything's figured out, and to go, I can still, receive the good things in life, like the purification. And I think the purification is definitely in our thoughts. It's definitely in, seeing like which part of ourselves that we're listening to as well, right? Like, I feel like with all this energy, it's like checking in with the body if there's a state of stress or disease and it's not something that we want, that it's noticing that we might be choosing a subpersona of our identity to take action, or that's the thinker, and it's not actually more of that transcendental I am soul level presence that's going to want to get very much brought in, for a wake-up call with this eclipse energy that's coming in Pisces. And to see, well, maybe I don't need to stress or go in this direction or do this action or do so much, or maybe I need to do more in this direction. But the key is the alignment piece is going to come, when we're not feeling a bunch of funkiness, on a mental and emotional, but also especially body-based level of things. And so, I think that when in doubt, the fact that Mars is squaring the nodes, it's like, take care of the basics, take care of the domestic stuff of life, right? It's also not to seek peace per se, or seek the beauty or the creative aspect of things, like for things to like somehow get better, like doing things as a means to an end, because then you miss the intuitive emotional nourishment, the healing work that can come from, okay, I'm taking this action because it feels in soul level alignment, but then how can I experience more peace and gratitude, and especially, nourishment of really a deep self-care that's very much immersed in the present moment of things and just like going with the flow of it. And that's where it's going to be. And so it's a long way of saying, like, it's really not about searching for crazy things. It's definitely not about going on a witch hunt, with this, election season. It's definitely not about a witch hunt for justice with anyone that you felt that's done you dirty in life, or any injustice in life. Really, that's just your own, I'd say it, but temper tantrum energy. But, it's not a bad thing if you do feel reactionary and an emotional temper tantrum. Use it as a catalyst, for your healing, for your growth, to go, well, it reminds me of like developing film, like in the dark room, and it's like, take a snapshot of like the person that you're showing up as that, is like an unbecoming in character, and it's like weird and sensitive, and, there's some level of human suffering in it. And take a look at that, when you do that, and examine it. But especially with neutrality, it's like more of